I'm JB from Demon Glow Gaming. Today we're going to be making a building that can be used as terrain in any of your fantasy or grimdark wargames. We are making our building out of cardboard and old model pieces, which means we don't have to go online and buy a brand new plastic kit, which reduces waste and makes a sustainable way to build terrain. I hope this helps give ideas on how to build wargaming terrain easily and with very little cost. This is the first piece of terrain we are building on the channel as well, so any feedback and suggestions are very welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay then, so what we've got then, guys, is we have got three pieces of cards cut in the same shape, and these are going to create the walls and ceiling of our building. There we go. We then also have these two sections here, cut to the same, roughly the same kind of size, and these are going to be the two side walls, so the entrance and exit of this kind of rectangular building that we're going to create. We've also cut these strips of cardboard, which we can use to create doorways or vents on the doors. Now, I've cut these as well, these smaller strips. These didn't have to be perfect anyway. These are just to connect and attach all of our walls and ceilings together. So the way we're going to do that is we grab one of these, we fold it in half, we stick one side onto there, the other side will then stick onto the next part of the wall, like so, and it will just create a kind of a wedge that we can bond with. And we're going to use PVA glue. I mean, I'm using this PVA bond, but any old PVA glue will be fine. Absolutely perfect, which is good for cardboard. What we also found, guys, is we found all these extra spare parts, which is great because I didn't realise I had them, but they're actually loads of little spikes, kind of slightly chaotic because they're all from an old Chaos model section, but we've got things like these old little plaques, I suppose you call them. Yeah, little plaques of demon and chaos, which is nice. So we're gonna add these in. First things first, take one of our walls and we'll take one of our bonders. We'll take our PVA glue. Now we don't need loads on here to bond this on, so we'll just pop a small amount, like so, onto there. Now, I've created 8 of these, so that'll be one to connect this side to this side, another one to connect the other side over there, and then 4 for each of the connecting sections of the ceiling. So I may have actually put too much on here this time, but that's alright, we live and we learn, so we know what to do next. But there we go. So that's now going to start attaching itself, bonding itself onto there, so we'll leave that for a moment. But what we can do as well is do the other side too, so we might as well do that now as well. We'll just fold that in half, like so. A little bit of bond on there, just to help it connect together, help it attach. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a rough model. It's the first terrain piece that we are building here, so it's all a practice. It's all a mission, isn't it? It's all a journey. So those two pieces are bonded on. So what we can do is do the next wall as well. So we're going to have 2 walls, and then we're going to have that other long bit will be the ceiling. So let's get this next wall glued up as well. And we've got our final piece, which is going to be on the roof. And now this is going to have to connect all the way around. So what we're going to do is add 4 connectors to this. One here, one here, one here, and one here. So let's do that now. And what I'm doing here is a really simple but effective way of creating a building that will, stand the test of time. Because of these joiners that I'm popping on, instead of just gluing on the edge and sticking it together, where that edge could go in and then might peel away over time, this joiner is going to slap in the side, curve around to the other piece and just hold it in, which is really good. Okay, so we've now got a lot of joiners resting there and setting. What we're left with is our 2 side panels. These we don't need to put on yet, not until this is set, and we can then attach these onto these as we go. But what we can do while we're waiting for that is have a look at these strips here. Now these strips I have got so that I can place them onto these, and we're going to give that a go. Okay then guys, so back into creating our building. We have glued these 2 sections together and they look like they are doing okay. Next thing we are going to do is we are going to bring this section on and glue it onto the other side here. Now what we're going to do as well, after these joiners have actually set, is add PVA down the lines as well. So remember before we spoke about how those lines without the joiners would just kind of peel away from each other. The joiners are going to help keep them on, but we need to actually do a line of PVA to keep it all together as well. So we'll do that. So then, this is what we've made so far. We've now got our building all together. All sides of the building are on, and it looks just like this. And there's that vent that we did before come out quite nicely. There's a section here, of course you can see though, we've had to add extra cardboard, and the same on the other side, on here, just that corner there, just because the first side that I glued on and pushed on, I put it at a bit of an angle. It's not a big problem. Obviously this building doesn't have to be structurally sound, because it's going to be a bit of terrain for, you know, a grim dark fantasy universe, anything like that, so it can be a bit decrepit, a bit worn away, which the edges kind of show as well, which is fine with cardboard. It works nicely. Once you've painted it up and stuff, it should look nice. I've also grabbed myself an old hobby brush to use to get my PVA glue on. We go. So some more cardboard strips here. So what I'm going to do is make a doorway. So there we go, that's the doorway popped on as well. There we are. So we've got a doorway on one side and we've got a vent on the other. So what I could do is I could cut into the gap of the doorway and the gap of the vents, kind of opening up that section there, just so it looks like an actual entrance when it's dry. So we may have a go at that. What we're going to do now though is we're going to have a look at some of these, and we're going to choose which of these we want to glue onto our building. So I'm just going to have a little play around with this for a second. Actually got a little kind of spotlight, so I'm thinking we'll pop that on as well. So all we've got to do now is wait for this to dry, and then we can take it out and paint it. Now we've got our building primed in grey, we're going to add on some colour to our additional features we popped on, so those spikes and those little chaos symbols and the headstones that are around and the light fixture. Once that's done, we'll then add on some shades, some greens and browns to show the wear of the building in the war field. And here are some pictures of our finished product with that weathering and wash on top of it. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe and join us next time. Please don't hesitate to comment in the comments section below as well. Give us any advice and hints, tips and tricks you have, and we'll join you next time for some more modelling and terrain videos.